How's it going, everyone? My name is WallysOG, and today I have something a little special for you. It's not really actually a little special at all. It's I don't know why I said that. It's not exactly special, but this is one of my first road races on the correct settings for my Fanatec CSL DD, or the direct drive wheel. And I'm also trying a double pop filter today for this recording, and I'm also doing this I'm not doing it live, but this is recorded from several days ago, at least a week ago, if not more. And the only reason why I remember what happened at the end of it, at least, is because I titled it that way, but I will leave that one for that. The rest of the race I actually don't know, and I'm going to do it I'm going to try and do it at least full live commentary. We are at Lime Rock, which I had so much fun at, actually. Like, I really want to talk about actually how much fun I had at this track with the Miatas. Really quick, actually, what you're looking at is my qualifying runs, obviously. I'm going to do another video probably right after this, actually, which is something else. I mean, you'll see it, but I also did it here. It was after, like, more confident races and whatnot. This is one of my first-ish. I think this is, like, actually my third race here. I say one of my first, but you know what I mean. I'm still actually super new to iRacing, by the way, if anyone's coming in here wondering, you know, what that's all about. I'm, like, barely safety rating, like, above 2 in the D rank right now. But, yeah. This is, Lime Rock, which I did, like, a 4-hour recording session here, and it was just so bad because I kept getting hit off track, and I only really had, like, 2 races to show, like, what I could do here, I guess, like, or what I was happy with, I should say. I wasn't super happy with qualifying here. At least I don't think I qualified super well. I'm looking, and I'm pretty sure I hit like 101s, unless I'm thinking of the touring car races, which I do eventually. I mean, I've showed like a clip of me in the touring car. Either way, I'm getting off track. I do that a lot. See, this is live commentary as I'm watching this back for the first time, because I haven't watched this back since I edited it, which also was a few days ago. But, yeah. I completely forgot what I was saying already. Sadness. I do recall what I was going to say, though, before I also sidetracked myself, which is I did this off recording or either, like, on stream for, like, 4 hours at Lime Rock. And I did Okayama as well, because that was the series before, or at least that was the track before this. I also fast-forwarded, obviously. First place gets a penalty for, obviously, jumping the start. I get a super good start here. Second place just didn't really get off very well. And first place decided to just kind of chill just because he jumped the start. Now, the problem, though, is I didn't shift down to the third, and I was also on the gas, like, several times for some reason. And we end up back in, what is the sixth? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am in 7th right now, which is fun. Fun stuff. Started out in P3, end up in 7th just because you done goofed.
Left side, still there.
But, what do you gotta do? I guess I'll continue talking about the whole why I like Lime Rock and Okayama and blah, 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 blah. Later on when the race calms down a bit. I did go up the inside there. We do have a spin. Unfortunate. I did also find it a little bit difficult because I came back to this recently. There was like 1 or 2 hours left of at like Lime Rock, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I did terribly. But we're gonna go over the parts that I did terribly at some point. Lap 1's for me, also terrible. Cold tires, hate it. Also, cold brakes. Yeah. Gotta play it safe in iRacing, which normally you don't need to do on like stuff like Gran Turismo, which is what I'm used to. But yeah, this is iRacing. It's different. It's a bit more, you know, it's a bit more real, I guess, as you want to say. But as we're coming down to it, race has kind of calmed down slightly. I realized after a while, like, realistically, like, my second time actually out on this track, during the practice time, when I had, like, an extra 15 minutes, is I realized you could really throw the car, so I had a lot of fun throwing this car at this place. And this turn in particular, I have a lot of difficulties with. First place ends up going into the pit to serve his stop-go penalty for jumping the start, so there was that one. I don't know if you saw the guy darting into the pits there, but as Jeff said, we're back up into fourth, and yeah, it's, well, I say back up into fourth as if we started there, but no, we started in third. We are up to fourth position after absolutely bombing a handed start to us, and just completely not shifting down to second gear. Anyway, we are going to be chasing down third place here. This little triple chicane also was a bit of a tricky one, obviously, as I went from a 1 second gap down to basically a 0.2 second gap. And we're going to be behind Matthew here. Gonna lift off just a bit early just because I know I'm in a slight little slipstream. Don't want to overcorrect too much or anything like that. And the one thing that I also learned that you need to start doing, especially if you're going to swap over to iRacing from, like, well, you really need to do it in GT Sport, considering how big the slipstream advantage is there. You need to compensate for slipstream, which I notice a lot of people don't do. I also forget to do it pretty frequently, so I'm not exactly, you know, safe from that. But compensating for the guy in front of you is just as important as being able to drive in front of the guy, I think. Personally, I feel like if you can't be the lead car and still take like proper racing lines and defend at the same time, it's not a thing, you know. I guess not defending at the same time, but you know, that didn't really make a whole lot of sense. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, when I'm behind someone, I really try to compensate for being behind them, just because I know that there's a slipstream effect. I'm gonna have to brake earlier, or I'm gonna have to lift off earlier. If it's a race where, like, tires need to be saved or fuel needs to be saved, you know, you need to compensate for all that. Is kind of what I'm trying to say. All of that needs to be compensated for, and a lot of the times it's not. Especially in the lower rank lobbies, it's not, and it's completely forgotten. And I admit, I forget about it too, like, a lot. But it's something that I'm getting used to remembering, and in this race I do recall remembering, you know, tire wear is a thing. You gotta be easy. And I've been on iRacing for a little bit. Going from the rookie rank to D rank to get, you know, up into the touring car races is actually, like, kind of a decent amount of races that you have to do. But then again, I'm also kind of an asshole. And, if people hit me off, I kind of hit them back if I've had a bad day. But, I'm learning to get better on that one. But, what I'm trying to say is, like, I kind of understand, you know, a little bit. I've seen, you know, T1 Carnage. I've seen last lap battles that just end up like, you know, what's the point kind of a deal. Sometimes, and I say this actually just right now, but all of the time, especially if you're in the lower ranked lobbies, you can go zero qualifying into just straight up into the race, as long as you don't go off track or hit anybody, and you just progress, you will get places. You will. Like, just period. Plain and simple. There will be people that back out. There will be people that break their car. If you run a clean race early on, you will be the most, like, benefited person out of the entire race. If there's a person that's trying to pass you, screw it. Let him pass you. It's fine. It's whatever. You just want the safety points. The quicker you can get up in safety rating, the cleaner races you're going to get, the better racers you're going to go up against. That means as long as you're not a jerk, I'd say roughly 7 times out of 10, they're not going to be a jerk. Right? It's just better that way. And then you end up with really good racing. But sometimes you get super lucky, and you get someone that's also like-minded, and you get to race them in the lower rank lobbies, and it feels like it's a real race. Like this guy. Because I believe this is where really the video starts, in my opinion. If I'm remembering this race correctly, me and this dude are fighting pretty much all the way until the very end at this point. So we're going to pay attention now.
Left side.
We're on lap 7,
Keep to the right.
out of 20. I am attempting to pass
Still
Mr.
there,
Ryan
hold
Joyce
your
here.
line. Clear on the left. The next car's the leader.
I make the same mistake that I did on lap 1, and I have to start all over again. You can see my frustration, and I was doing that to signal to myself, because I remember thinking about it now. I was signaling to myself, I'm angry. I did skip ahead, actually, from lap 7 to 12 to catch back up to Ryan here. He makes not a fatal mistake, but he does make a big mistake. And he has a poor recovery out of it. I also kind of have, well, not kind of, I have a poor exit. So I could have caught him a lot sooner than this. But we decided against it. I've also been off track quite a few times apparently since the last one, because I think I was like 3 out of 17 before the skip happened, and now I'm 6. This turn also caught me off guard. I was talking about earlier when I came back to this track after, or I came back to this race in particular, like after a day or two of not doing it, and pretty much this last sector caught me off guard a lot. But we are back right behind Mr. Ryan Joyce. Not going to shift up into 4th. Instead, we're going to brake a little bit early. Still completely missing the first apex. Clip the second apex, though. And we're ahead. Job done. Lap 13 out of 20. We're ahead. Can we keep it is the real thing. Because I gave in to pressure before, and that's how I lost this position at first. Turns out I don't give in to the pressure, and it turns out that actually Mr. Ryan Joyce ends up falling back 6.9 seconds behind. We fast forward all the way to lap 18, and I'm behind a back marker here, 6th place. I get off track again. See, I haven't been off track in like 6 laps. That's good. That's actually a good, genuine reaction out of me. But I digress.
2 left to go. 2 to go.
Mr. Ryan Joyce also made another absolutely huge mistake and is off the track. I feel like if I had like maybe 2 or 3 more laps, I might have been able to catch Sean up there in 1st place. But could I have passed him? I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. I would have probably been DQ'd by then by off tracks, just because I couldn't manage my tires at this point. But yeah, this whole video went super weird. Well, not super weird, but went super off topic a lot of times, and it's a little different. But you know what? It's okay. It's one of my earlier ones. If for whatever reason, even if I get like, because this channel is old, and I know at the time of like recording this, I'm at like 800 subscribers or something like that, or like 400. I can't remember exactly. I don't really know if I consider them all real or not, because I'm pretty sure I used some of these as like a giveaway thing, like way back then. But like this is the WallysOG channel that I want to do. Either way, I feel like I'm still at 0, but just because of the numbers there, if for whatever reason like I end up at like 2,000 subs, or even like actually, you know what? If I end up at like 1,000 subs, even, because that just means there's like 200 real people that watch this channel. Like, I'll be happy. And these commentaries are like super weird, I know, but I was actually just talking to a really old well, he's not really old, but he's nowhere near old. I was talking to an old mentor of mine, or at least I consider him a mentor. I was talking to him a bit earlier today. That like the whole getting older thing is kind of getting to me, and it's sad, and I feel bad. But then I look at my inspiration, and I don't feel that way anymore. He's one of those people. Jamie Broadbent's one of those people. Super GT, also one of those people to me. And I think, honestly, sim racing might just be my way to go.
There's the flag. It's over.
That's going to be the end of the video, because it ended on my screen anyway. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good night, evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching this or whatever. I don't know. Bye!